finally.
It's happening.
Oh, finally. I can finally cream my own pants.
I thought you were recording naked.
What? Why do you have to wait for us to record for you to cream your own pants? Why can't you just do that on demand like I do?
You can do that on demand.
Yeah, I just got to think about it.
Just gotta think about it hard enough. Oh,
I got to
that's
be
horrible.
I got to be careful not to think about it because if the thought oh fuck. All right,
What,
I gotta.
did you think too hard like Jimmy Neutron?
I need a towel
Got a
or something.
blast.
Oh my god! All right, little shithead, come on, let's go. You gotta get out of here.
When you have to poke out that turtleneck.
You gotta poke out that turtleneck? What did you say?
I don't know. I meant like that you have to pop out that turtle head, but turtleneck came out.
Oh yeah, turtleneck. For some reason, you're prairie dogging over there.
All you have to do is shit, and all you hear is.
I'm not shitting out a dig dug.
What the fuck's a dig dug?
You've never played
Dig Dug?
Dig Dug?
No.
Oh. These fucking youngsters nowadays, they don't know good video games.
I know. You damn whippersnappers.
You call me a youngster, yet I have the fucking bone marrow of a 45-year-old who's constantly smoking.
Well, is that because you're constantly smoking and 45 years old?
You found out my secret.
Your mom never loved you.
My father was Mike Wazowski.
So at my work, there's a lady there that has she's been smoking since she's been 9 years old or something because she has a really deep voice like that. And one time I needed to get this lube grease or whatever for a job I was working on. So she had the bucket at her workstation, and I walked over with
really big job.
Oh, dude. I had a big cup and a spoon, like a plastic spoon. And I went over there to the bucket of grease and I started scooping it up and putting it in the cup. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just getting some grease." And she's like, "Hold on, you don't need a spoon." And she just reached into the bucket of grease, scooped it up with her hand and slapped it into my cup.
She sounds like the dinner lady from The Simpsons.
No joke. So what does the random topic generator have for us today?
Okay, let me get it up.
That's really difficult, isn't it?
I don't
Fucking
know.
got him.
I don't know. Do you want me to ask your wife?
That's too far, dude. All right, random topic. Do you...
Why is one of them, are you addicted to porn?
Yeah, well, obviously the answer is yes.
Absolutely.
No,
100%.
Like, listen to this. It goes in this list. What's the most unusual name you've ever came across? What's your favorite drink? Are you addicted to porn?
What is your deal breaker in a relationship?
Refusal for anal sex.
Really?
No.
Really?
No.
Do you mean you refusing anal sex?
I will never refuse anal sex.
That's your deal breaker?
Both giving and receiving.
Your significant other refuses to give it to you.
They refuse to peg me.
That is a total deal breaker.
This is first date things. What's your favorite color? Will you peg me?
Look, I put one in the pink, two in the stink. You, I deserve a pegging for that.
Isn't that supposed to be the other way around? I think this random topic generator is getting a bit detective-y because it says, "Where were you at 1 a.m. Sunday morning?"
Did it also shine a light in your face?
Is it appropriate to say good morning at a funeral?
Is it appropriate to open a beer on the casket?
Is it appropriate to take a selfie at a funeral?
Is it appropriate to kiss the bride at a funeral?
Oh no. Is she the deceased?
You know what? I don't know which is more horrible, if she was dead or she was the one crying.
Oh my god. Yeah, is it appropriate to kiss the widow at a funeral?
Have you ever tossed your wrong pancake? Why does it sound like a euphemism?
It does. Listen, man,
does.
I have been tossing my own pancake for the last 3 days.
I've been doing it since I was 12 years old.
What you think about sex in public? Have you ever been fisted?
What do I think about sex in public? If we never got caught, but only seemed like we were going to get caught, it'd be fine.
I have been caught before.
Who were you caught by, Banjo? Your son?
This was a long time ago. It was actually with an ex-girlfriend, like long time ago. We were in her car in a park, and another car pulled in behind us and drove by, and you
Ooh.
could tell they were totally there to do the same thing because it was like same age couple, and I was I was looking out the window.
Knock on the door.
as they were going by.
Room for one more.
And they were looking at us through the window, and I just waved at them, and the guy just smiled and waved back, and then turned around and drove out.
Hold up your
That's-
finger in like a ring, and then your other pointer finger just go like.
You want in on this? One more.
Actually, even better. No, do the V symbol, but then do the scissoring thing. So here is one related to the game that we are playing this week. When was the last time that you swam in the ocean?
Never. Fucking never. I don't think I'll ever swim in the ocean. Nope. No.
Really? Why not?
It's fucking, I don't know. Like, it's just the thought. Just real talk. I've nearly drowned about 6 times in my life.
And that was just in the bathtub.
Yes. I forgot my floaties when I went to take a bubble bath, and it was just an absolute fucking disaster. My mom came in and she's like, honey, you're 21 years old. There's no fucking way you should be drowning in the bathtub.
Kelsey just found you face down, floating one side to the other.
All right, Logan, have you ever swam in the ocean before?
Yeah, the last time I did that was like I was 14, 15, because it's pretty easy to get to the ocean from where I live. All I have to do is get like a train.
No, I'm really far away from the ocean right now. And I'm surrounded by big lakes, and I'll swim in the big lake, but there's something about the
Quotation,
ocean
swim.
that's just scary. It's just scary.
You dead man float.
Yeah. it's-
The last time I was in the ocean, I actually swam around the bottom half of Texas, which is South Padre Island. It's way down there in the Gulf of Mexico. And if you know anything about the Gulf of Mexico, there are actually a lot of jellyfish. So as you're swimming, occasionally you'll get like a jellyfish brush up against your leg.
no.
And it actually stung one of our friends like every once in a while.
So you had to
No.
pee on them.
No, we didn't pee on them. They weren't all that bad. They were like little babies, so.
We peed on him, then he got stung by the jellyfish. Heyo!
Okay. We ready to start?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
Okay,
I'm so
please.
excited.
Please. Spare
I'm
me.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Logan, do you want to do the intro?
Welcome to Joysticks and Lunatics. You should run far, far away.
What? I'm never going to ask you to do the intro ever again because you do this every time.
He's not wrong.
Oh my god. All right. I am Overpowered Peaches.
I am a BanjomanDudeGuy.
And I am the Chubby Nerd Logan. I designed our merch. Well, not really. I just put it out there.
Flawless.
Yeah, ask someone with a speech impairment to fucking do an intro and go blah, 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 blah.
See, that was good. I'm going to leave that in.
Yeah, that was good.
But you're gonna leave this in? Hiya!
Yes, I'm going to find somebody to remix it. I'm going to get one of those like AI generated music creators and give them that little sound bit, but nothing else. So,
It was like a goose moaning.
yeah, unfortunately, I did get the mental image of a goose being fucked up the ass.
It's like scientifically accurate DuckTales. See, if I get a car, what would you guys do if like the honk noise was just a goose going, ha?
Dude, I'd stick my dick straight up that tailpipe.
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh no, you'd
I'd
be
put
like,
my junk in that trunk.
And then close the trunk really hard and lob off your junk.
and then put it into a lake.
Now that nobody's listening anymore, yes, we've played Subnautica this week.
You're like me that's just trying to move the thing along.
Yeah. Yes, Subnautica, a game of absolute terror and fear.
Yeah, to you.
A horrible, horrible nightmare simulator from hellscapes unknown.
How far did you get?
Not fucking far at all.
He didn't even leave the fucking evacuation pod.
You just keep swimming around in the kiddie pool. It's like, okay,
I did. I fucking
Steven,
did.
it's time to go home. Oh, Mom, I just want to play a little more in the pool.
Scared the shit out of me. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, okay, it's got to be safe. It's the nice little intro entry level. And I swim down into a cave and I get fucked up by exploding fish. And I'm like, no, I fucking hate this game. I can't. Scared the shit out of me. I was like, nope, don't want any of this. 10 out of 10. Best game of the year. Are you guys dead?
You could have just went on creative. You don't know that.
Fuck, dude.
Get on creative, get the submarine, and then go over to the crashed ship and go underneath it and see if you can make it.
I don't want any of that. You told me about that last podcast.
So you see if you can make it in your nerves, but the landmass dips down. It's a huge drop off from that. The water is like super murky around the area. And there's like multiple like monsters that are floating around just waiting for somebody to come by.
How do you think he'd react to the Reaper Leviathan?
He'd probably lose his mind. You can watch me live stream it though.
You're giving me chills for real.
Like, so what happens is, but the existential crisis comes if you get too close to the ship, you will get stuck and you actually fall into the world, but you just drop. All of a sudden, everything goes dark. It's awful.
That sounds awful. That sounds like fucking real nightmare.
It's scary as shit because if you're doing normal survival mode, it will kill you. And you actually do have to get into the ship eventually.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Yeah, not to mention there's actual pressure if you keep on going lower and lower and lower.
Uh-huh.
It fucking pops your head like a watermelon.
Pretty much.
Well,
Jesus.
It'll drain your oxygen faster.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's do a little bit of introduction for this. So, Subnautica was developed by Unknown World Entertainment, and it was also published by Unknown Worlds Entertainment, self-published, evidently. It is for Windows, Mac, Xbox One, PS4, and soon coming to the Switch. Fully released on January 23rd of 2018, but was released December 16th, 2014 for Steam Early Access, and then in May of 2016 for Xbox One. It is a action adventure survival game, single player only. And yeah, so that's what we're talking about.
They could have done so much if they added multiplayer.
Yeah, so you and your friends could all die in a horrible fucking hellscape of ocean water depths.
Just because you're like Finn and you're afraid of the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I am afraid of the ocean. Yes, the game did scare the shit out of me, yes, but it's a very pretty game. I will give it that. I actually did have moments in the game where I'm just swimming around and I'm actually having a pretty good time just looking at how beautiful everything is. It was like, okay, this is kind of nice.
And then he dies from lack of oxygen.
Yeah, almost did several times. Forgot that was a thing. I was playing on some mode where I didn't have hunger or thirst, so that was definitely a
Ah,
bonus.
that mod.
So how much was this game?
It's fucking free on Xbox Game Pass.
$30 on Steam.
So I guess I can go a little bit into the development. I don't want to go crazy because there is a lot apparently that influenced this game in its development. But I'll kind of briefly summarize what it is that I have found on this game. Let's see. Subnautica was announced on December 17th of 2013 by Charlie Cleveland as the game director and lead gameplay programmer, and Hugh Jeremy as a producer. Apparently, the game was heavily inspired by Minecraft. The release of Minecraft actually overlapped the team's release of Natural Selection 2, another game that they had released previous, and they were kind of feeling burnt out from making those kind of games, so they decided they wanted to try making something similar to Minecraft. Despite the game becoming a survival game, it wasn't initially viewed as a survival game, but more of an exploration game, which totally, I mean, I get that. In fact, actually, so much so that hunger and thirst weren't initially part of the game. In the early access versions of Subnautica, there was no hunger and thirst mechanics. But after receiving some constructive criticism, they decided to add those systems in there to help orient the players a little bit early in the game. So it wasn't initially supposed to be like a survival game, just an exploration game, but they added survival elements to the game to make it a little bit more, I guess, involved. Also, the game lacks firearms. And the reason why the game lacks firearms is because Cleveland, the game director and lead program gameplay programmer, he wanted to make a nonviolent game because he was a little frustrated by the lack of progress made in the U.S. towards ending gun violence. So they decided to make the game without any firearms so that they could encourage players to think about nonviolent and more creative solutions to solve their problems. So that's kind of interesting. So if a fish is coming at you, you got no way to defend yourself.
Unless you
Thanks,
craft
guys.
a knife.
The only type of gun that you get in this game is a stasis gun, which has you freeze more aggressive enemies in their place as you just run around. Or you can kill them with your knife, but then you use up your med kits in order to survive.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's no lethal firearm in the game.
No, but you can kill them with your knife.
Makes sense. So you can craft a knife?
Yep,
Why can't you just bludgeon fish to death with a rock?
because you can't do that. I mean, they
Why
don't let you
not?
hit anything with it, so
I would. I would just grab a boomerang fish and just start slicing fuckers up.
that's not the way that works, though.
Ah, man.
What else did you have on the development?
Well, the game lacks traditional missions and quest structures found in other video games because the development team wanted to encourage players to just do the activities for their own merit and find pleasure in the activities on their own. Essentially, the game doesn't have like, I mean, it does have a storyline and everything, of course, equipped to it, but it's not a you have this much time to get to this point to do this. Just kind of figure it out and just have fun with it.
There's only one section of the game where you have to get to a place, but that's just a timed event. You get like 10 minutes to get there, but you're just like sitting there waiting for the timer to go down.
Oh, and the only other thing that I have on the development is that they decided to use the Unity engine rather than the Spark engine that they used in their previous games, because the game had unique demands for the engine. So they wanted to try something a little bit different for what this game had to offer, uh, other than what they originally had people working on. So of course they spent time learning the Unity engine to make this game with that rather than what they were already used to, just to make the game a little bit, I guess, better. The development goes into a lot more, and it's actually a pretty interesting read. If anybody wanted to go and do a little bit of research on the development that is in this game, I would highly recommend it. It's kind of nice to understand all the influences that they have on the game and what inspired the game's development. It's pretty nice, but just to kind of keep it brief, that's ultimately what I took notes on.
And the designer's a huge fucking nerd.
Make sure to tweet that at him.
Oh, I fucking will. I read his
You
blog.
giant fucking nerd.
I read his blog. Do you know how much fucking D&D he talks about?
That sounds awesome. We should get him on a game of Pathfinder.
That sounds fucking awesome.
I don't know if he'd like our game of Pathfinder with a sexy elf and fat bastard.
But
Do you remember we laughed at that for 3.5 hours?
I was sending Banjo pictures so he could change your picture on his end.
it was so fucking good.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
such a good time.
Yeah, but our die luck is terrible.
It really is.
We fucking have horrible rolls.
We did.
It's like fighting on a bouncy castle.
You guys did more damage to yourselves, and the enemies did more damage to themselves than you guys did to each other.
Everybody's just falling on their own swords.
Just crit fails all over the place, slicing each other up because they keep tripping all over the place.
It's like slapstick comedy, but with one banana peel.
See, I really want to know how many people out there, or if everybody has done this, to where the first thing that they ever do is roll for penis size.
What, is that what you do every morning? Roll for penis size?
Yes,
It is the
actually it
best.
is. But my body does it. I don't do it. And then my body's like, oh, you're going to have morning wood, or you're going to be tiny like a little button.
You rolled a nat 1 where your dick just doesn't come out at all. Not
It
even
just
to pee.
floats. It's like, leave me alone. I'm just going to stay in the foreskin.
Yeah.
Or what you have left of it, you son of a bitch. Fuck you.
Nice to know
Okay.
your dick's Russian.
Okay. Going into the story a little bit, humanity is colonizing other planets with their newly made starship, Aurora. This was a ship that was constructed by the Altera Corporation, and these ships were used to try to colonize other planets. But they also had a sort of secret mission for the Aurora, and the purpose was to go and try to rescue the crew of a ship called the Degrassi. Or is it Degrassi? I don't know. Anyways, as you approach the planet that this ship crash land on, the planet's defense system shoots you down as well, and you crash land into this planet that is mostly ocean, and you are required to explore in order to figure more out about the story. Near the beginning of the game, your character gets into a life pod, and it shoots out, I don't know how many feet or how many meters away from the crashed ship, but
I'd
you
say
can
about
actually see
2
the
miles.
Aurora in the distance. Maybe about 2 miles. Maybe.
Hold on. Just a quick question. You're shot down by the planet's defense system, the ocean planet's defense system?
Yes.
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Continue. I didn't know that. I didn't know that this was like an inhabited planet. I thought it was just like an ocean planet that you just happened to crash land on. I didn't get very far in understanding the story. So
Well, so you don't really see that at the beginning. The most that you see at the start is just the emergency system going off and you're hopping into a life pod to escape. And then you actually find out what happens much later on in the game as you explore.
oh, okay.
The more you explore and the deeper that you dive down, you start collecting items that help you dive down and explore even more. And something on the life pod that is broken is the communicator, or like a radio. And when you fix that, it starts to give you certain objectives to go out and like find and search. And that gives you special items that help you progress even further in the game. And you start to learn what happened to both the Aurora and the Degrassi. And eventually you find 2 land masses, and one of them has remnants of the Degrassi on it. And you start to learn
cool.
even more about the story as you progress through that. The other island has this like secret alien base that houses the weapon that shot your ship down in the first place. And you have to explore in order to figure out how to turn the defense system off and eventually escape from the planet.
There's a hell of a lot more to this game than I thought there was.
Well, yeah, what you have to do is you have to dive really deep in this ocean in order to find more of this stuff. And you get items that help you dive deeper and deeper. And eventually you get a submarine that allows you to go pretty much to the very bottom of the ocean.
Oh, cool. So like do you ever see like the planet's like primary inhabitants?
The primary inhabitants are basically the fish, but you do see the people that built the gun in the first place. But I don't want to go into that because there is some story spoilers involved with the
Oh,
inhabitants that I wouldn't want to spoil. But occasionally you will see some of these creatures pop up. And I think they actually attack you too. So it's probably
oh,
best
cool.
avoiding them.
Dang, there's far more in depth in this game than I thought there was.
Yeah, you definitely have to explore to figure out all the rest of the story. And you can do this before you turn off the gun or after, but eventually you find what is parts to create a rocket to help you get out. And they actually added some things you can throw into this rocket that shoot out as you go. So that way, if you're connected to the internet, it'll shoot out this little like pod that you can put items in, and it'll actually give it to random players out there online. And as you're exploring, when you reach significant areas, every once in a while, you'll see this vision of a mysterious creature trying to connect with you. But you'll figure that out as you play the game and what she is trying to tell you.
Damn, that's cool.
There's a lot, like if you can get past the fear of the ocean essentially and all the scary shit, there is a lot to this game that I think that you would find interesting. It is
Yeah,
scary. It absolutely is, especially when you can't see the bottom of the ocean, but
yeah, it's fucking terrifying. But dang, like just hearing you talk about the story makes me really want to pick it up and play it more. Like no joke, I actually really want to get further into this game because I want to know about the story.
just turn the brightness all the way up.
Just blast the contrast so your eyes bleed.
Better than being scared, I guess.
That's true. Logan, you want to go a little bit into the gameplay and how the game mechanics work in this game?
Yes. So the gameplay is very basically your normal survival FPS. Well, not FPS, but first person game where you have to go about, craft your own items, salvage materials from the bottom of the fucking depths of the ocean from the crash.
I guess it is kind of an FPS, first person scuba. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
so bad.
Look at what you did. You made him have a stroke.
I fucking broke him, dude.
But yeah, just like in survivals like the forest, green hell, but this one you're underwater and you have to fear for your life because of exploding fish, giant ass snakes that are called leviathans. Just like see when you think that something's nice or friendly, you go up to it and it just like explodes in front of you.
It's like real life.
So another type of fish, I don't know if you guys have seen yet, but it's a fish that mesmerizes other fish and forces them to come in closer with super soothing voices and pretty colors. And it actually overrides your headset system, like your AI in your head, and your AI starts to go like, your primary objective is to swim towards that beautiful fish. And if you get closer, it bites you and you lose a bit of health.
So the siren.
Dang,
Basically, yeah.
that's cool.
I just did the same thing that Banjo did. I explored. Well, first I made a base, then I explored.
All right, so yeah, like you said, it's just like your typical survival sort of game where you swim around and you start collecting resources in order to build items to dive even deeper. So you can get a compass, you can get swimming fins that make it a little easier to swim around. You swim faster. You can get high capacity oxygen tanks that give you more oxygen for diving down even deeper. They give you rebreathers and reinforced diving suits that allow you to dive even deeper down. And eventually you get enough materials to make a little miniature submarine and then a big ass submarine. So it's all about collecting materials like gold, lead, titanium, and all this other stuff in order to what they call fabricate, or just basically create out of thin air brand new items for you to use. And of course, you have to collect fish in order to eat them. And you also have to collect fish in order to create, I guess, bottles of water, which is kind of weird.
Just drain them of their fluids.
Exactly. And then just straight into your mouth so you can stay hydrated.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty barbaric. Just grabbing a random living creature and just wringing it out like a rag into your open mouth.
Eventually, you fix the radio, which allows you, like I said before, to go out and find different remnants of the Degrassi, and that gives you better items in order to explore even more.
But that's essentially the game, though, right? Just collecting resources to advance your technology that you have to allow you to explore further and to progress the story.
Yep.
Okay, it makes sense. So it's not like a typical like linear video game. It is a sandbox game. It's an open exploration game and everything. So you're not just like go from point A to point B. It's just go go with it as you will. Just pick shit up, see what it does. Smack two fish together and see if you can make a pickaxe.
Banjo,
Yeah,
what was your experience playing this game?
fear.
All right, Logan, what was your experience playing this game?
Boredom.
No, it was okay. I mean, like, it wasn't terrible. I was actually kind of invested in what was going on. I really liked the visuals and everything. The game was very atmospheric, and I think that was the problem for me because the atmosphere it was trying to convey is one of pure terror for me. And but it did a really good job of that. But I was having a good time. I was playing it with my son, and he was having fun, like watching me explore and going around in areas. He was kind of directing me and telling me where to go and everything. And
He's the reason why you got so far.
yeah, pretty much. He just kept pointing out shiny shit, and he's just like, "What's that?" And I'd go and find out, "Oh, it's titanium, or it's something that I can break, and I can find metal scrap, so I can advance what I'm doing." And he was like being way more attentive, and he was super involved in it, and so I kept playing it mainly because he was so interested in what was going on. And it's not that I didn't like the game. It's not that at all. It's just it is legitimately the embodiment of fear for me. Like the game does a really good job, like I said, with its atmosphere, but that's the problem for somebody like me that's just terrified of open water. So like I tried to play as much as I could, but I couldn't get super involved into the game because of that. But after hearing your explanation of the story and everything, it makes me want to play more of it. It's just really hard to return to it for me.
So it sounds like you have thalassophobia, which is like the fear of the ocean.
Yeah, I do. It sucks because, like I said, the game is interesting. I like crafting games like this. I like the exploration factor. I thought the game was beautiful, but it really just gripped my fears like really really well in this game. And it was just, even though I mean I get it, it's a video game. I'm not actually swimming in the ocean, but it's still just fear by proxy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable giving the game a score because it'd be incredibly biased. And I get that scores are biased by all means. I totally understand. And for the elements that I did experience in the game, I did really like. I thought, like I said, the game was very atmospheric. The game was very beautiful. It offered a lot of versatility in what you could do and what you could find. There was so many different varieties of life in the game, so much stuff going on, and the game was really nice by that aspect, but it was just really hard for me to get involved because of that. Not because of all that stuff I just said, but because of my fear. So I will opt out of getting the game a score. I want people to experience this game. The game is an experience for sure. And anybody that has any thoughts about wanting to play this game and needs any convincing, I highly suggest giving this game a go. And by the story, it sounds really interesting and everything, but it's just not a game for me.
That's fine. Now,
Okay.
Logan, at the cost of my feelings, what was your experience at this game?
Basically, see, because I have watched so many YouTubers play this game over the last, 6-7 years, I had my hopes up, but I was incredibly let down. That's just my experience, because I'm not much for, survival games unless I am really intrigued by it.
Well, I'm sorry that you're not constantly chased by cannibals in this one.
Well, you kind of are. You're kind of chased by man-eating fish.
Yeah, but that's not cannibalism, so it doesn't count.
It's the circle of life.
All right, continue. Sorry.
As I said, it wasn't my kind of game. That doesn't say it's a bad game. I'm just saying it's not my kind of game.
Yeah.
Because I love the ocean. I love, finding all weird shit. It's just... the story's kind of That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Really? You don't find the story interesting at all? Because I was like, after when Peaches was telling me about the story, I was like, damn, that sounds really interesting.
I think it's because I've seen so many YouTubers do playthroughs of it. So I know what's going to happen and shit like that.
Oh, okay. I get you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So you're recommending that people go into the game kind of blind. Don't watch videos on it. Don't watch streams of it. Just play the game and experience it for yourself.
Pretty much. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Peaches.
I had played this in 2017, I think when it was still in early access. And then I think I had already bought it, so they just gave me the game after early access was done. And I just played the crap out of it. I beat the entire thing, and it took me years to do. Because just every day I was going around collecting stuff and building a base and getting everything that I needed. It took a while. It definitely did. I loved this game the first time I saw it, and I was trying to get a hold of it, and my computer was not good enough to play it until I actually bought my first gaming computer. And then I started to play it on there, and I had just the absolute most fun that I've ever had in my entire life. And I just kept playing it ever since then. And even though I've beaten it, I still go back to it, and I'm trying to go through the second game as well. I love it. I love everything about it. I love swimming. I love creating a submarine. I love diving down deep into the ocean, into the darkness, just finding stuff and being attacked by giant leviathan creatures that are ready to eat me whole and then shit me out like a little pellet. It's my favorite. I love this game so much. I would highly recommend it to everybody. I would give this a rating, but I feel like my opinion would be incredibly biased because I love this game. Survival type of games are almost my favorite because it's pure autonomy. I could just go anywhere and everywhere I want, as long as I don't die. What were you gonna say?
I feel really bad because this is one of your favorite experiences ever, and I don't get a chance to actually experience it with you.
Yeah, you suck. You're a terrible friend.
I am. I'm the worst. I'm sorry.
I'm just fucking kidding. Listen, it's not for everybody. So some people are going to have a fear of the ocean down below that they can't see the bottom of, and some people are just not going to find this type of game interesting. It is pretty limited on its gameplay, even though it took me a long time to beat it. It's still fairly limited. There's only a limited amount of space that you can actually explore. So
yeah, give it a play. I said, I highly suggest everybody give it a go. If it's something that sounds interesting to you, then give it a try. Absolutely give it a try. I tried my damnedest. I really did.
Stay away from the crashed ship.
Yeah?
Stay away from the crashed ship until you have to actually get on it, because there is nothing over there for you. Just murky water bad things that'll try to eat you. You'll glitch out into the ship. And also behind the ship, it's a drop off and you can't see the bottom to that. So,
Ugh, no thank you. All right, that'll do it.
Go away. What's up, you little shitbag? I don't like you. No, I shit on you. Stop. You unplug that. I'm gonna sell you. No, stop it. I don't want you. Stop biting me. Stop biting.
I went into the bathroom and I had a massive ass blood spot on my nose. And it was terrible.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it was just a blood spot.
It's probably because of me. It's me, Glee Snack, the drug sorcerer. Do you boys want any arcane?
I think you're smoking. I think you're getting high off your own supply over there.
Maybe.
Stay the fuck away from my asshole, Dracula.
Why do you just like just some weird random guy you meet down the street? Stay away from my asshole, man.
I'll put my shit wherever I damn well please.
Just put that shit in the toilet and don't let me see it. So what are we playing next week?
What the fuck are we playing next week?
I don't know. What are we playing next week?
We're playing that one game next week.
Yes, the one game that's literally anime Dark Souls. But yeah, we are playing Code Vein.
Code Vein!
And I do have high hopes for... Well, I shouldn't say that.
Most bland Dark Souls clone I have ever played in my life.
Oh no! It's going to be exact opposites next week, isn't it?
Exactly. Except here's the thing. This game was actually more fun than God Eater 3.
Yeah.
But that's not a very high bar.
Yes, but here's the thing. It took inspiration from God Eater.
Yes, it did. Its animation is inspired by God Eater 3.
Yeah, and the animation studio also did the God Eater anime, the Demon Slayer anime, and the Fate Stay series. Yeah, I did my research, bitches.
I guess so. Damn. I'm actually looking forward to playing this game. I played it for a while back when the game first kind of came out. I got it, and I played it for a few hours until I got to one boss who just repeatedly kicked my face in nonstop over and over. No matter what I tried to do, I could not beat this person. And then I go online, I'm like, is other people having problems with this boss? No, they're fucking killing it in like 3 seconds. And I nearly smashed my controller on the ground trying to fight this stupid thing. I was getting so frustrated. I'm not good at these kinds of games, guys.
Were you even upgrading your weapons or leveling up?
I did. I was doing that. I was doing all the things. I was doing all the right things. I was being a good boy.
Including your abilities?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you have better luck this time.
I'm just a shit video game player, guys. I was really bad at games.
I'll save my experience for the next one.
That's fair. But yeah, I'm not a good game player. And I thought, oh, it's going to be fun. Everybody likes Dark Souls. I've never played a Dark Souls game before, but it'll be fun. No! It's mean. It's hard. But I'm willing to play it again.
My apple blossom lotion over here.
Oh no.
Motherfucker's gonna die because he keeps rocking over and biting my hands. Then goes back over to play with his fucking catnip banana. Then he walks back over here, rubs up against the microphone, nearly knocks it over. Anybody ready to skin a cat with me?
No.
Does it? Nobody has anything else that they want to talk about when it comes to Code Vein? Just me?
So it's giant, big titty, Dark Souls clone
Stop giving away the thumbnail.
that I modded to basically place hentai all over the walls, and all of the male characters have G-string bikinis.
You can do that?
Yep. And then everybody
God.
else is like semi-naked.
All right, I'm gonna start
with
downloading
giant
some
jiggly
mods.
boobs, which it
Completely
already had
unrelated?
jiggly boobs, but you can actually make the boobs bigger and make them jiggle even more.
This isn't Left 4 Dead.
Hold on.
Speaking of which,
Code Vein mods. Let's see.
the
Holy
mods are the
shit.
best thing about it, really.
So many good ones.
Did you have anything to say on this, Logan?
I'll save it for next week. I've got my insult here.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're gonna cut this really short after the intermission. I guess go ahead and give us the Scottish insult of the week.
You're a fucking sentient enema.
A sentient enema?
Yes.
Is that inherently Scottish?
Yes. Well,
Well-
what would you rather me call you? A sentient enema or a custard flavored jobby?
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
A custard flavored jobby.
Jolly?
Jobby.
Jobby? What is that?
A shit.
A big shit?
Yes.
Well, okay.
I'm calling you diarrhea.
No. Custard flavored though.
Did you just say a jobby?
Yes.
Hold on, guys. I gotta go take a jobby.
Wait, actually, I had to say that in like school because we weren't allowed to say poo for some
Really?
fucked up reason.
I gotta go take a jobby.
I need a jobby, miss.
Jesus.
Little Logan probably was the cutest little thing. Cursing out your teachers and
No, I was a quite good boy at school.
and after school though.
I just didn't talk.
Oh, okay.
But now, I don't hold back.
This is the sleepiest recording we've ever done.
It's pretty bad, right?
We've got to inject, like, seriously, get some 5-hour energy or something tomorrow. Just, like, inject that straight into my veins.
That sounds like a pretty good idea. Not gonna lie.
Well, do you want to be called an incompressible juice trumpet?
Yes, call me that during sex if you would.
Absolutely.
I have to, like, press on your nostrils.
Yep.
Give you the Heimlich remover so you can fucking come. It's like, clear.
You don't yell clear when you're doing the Heimlich maneuver. Everybody clear, this thing's gonna blow.
Well, you kind of have to if I'm going to blow the cum at your dick from your mouth. Just go, just travels through your body and then
Out through my butthole?
Good.
Just explodes your testicles.
Is that what you do? You blow through the peel? It comes out. Join us next week for male anatomy lessons with Logan. Hey, ladies, you want to make him come real hard? Blow into his pee hole. Shoot straight out of his butt.
Cover his mouth and ears and put your mouth around his nose and just blow as hard as you fucking can.
I'm coming.
But yeah, don't blow into your partner's pee hole. It can cause blood clots.
Yeah, don't do that. That's bad.
It's just, honey, stop. I need to go to the hospital.
Well, thank you all.
It's like a hot dog straw.
I'm trying so hard to end this. Thank you all so much for listening to the Joysticks and Lunatics podcast, where we talk about male anatomy, apparently.
She's blown that dick like when you rip off the kind of paper wrapper of a McDonald's straw and you blow it off. She's trying to blow your dick off.
Jesus.
How else are you going to peel it?
Oh no! Oh no! Thank you all so much for listening to the Joysticks and Lunatics podcast. If you made it this far, I'm so sorry.
You're not even thanking people anymore. You're just apologizing.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, thanks.
God damn it.
Why is there a dying fire engine in the distance?
You can find links to all of our social media on our website at www.joysticksandlunatics.com, or you can follow our Twitter directly at joystickloons, LOONS. You can send us an email if you have any complaints.
Wait, do we have
Because you
spam?
probably do at this point.
Do we have spam mail?
I do not have any spam mail.
Oh.
But our email is joysticksandlunatics@gmail.com. And you can follow us personally on our personal Twitters. Mine is at BanjomanDudeGuy.
Mine is at OverpoweredPeach.
And mine is at TheChubbyNerdLogan.
Oh, that was the funniest thing.
Make sure you follow me to, keep up to date on our merch.
Absolutely. And
Oh,
are you okay? Are you okay?
oh, I was on the floor. Oh.
Thanks
Okay.
again, everybody. This has been BanjomanDudeGuy.
TheChubbyNerdLogan. And currently something is dying.
Thank you all so much for listening.
You're the best. I love you.
Love you all.
I don't love you. I have commitment issues.
Jesus, man.
Bye.